How's it going, guys? I'm Connor from Running Warehouse, and today I've got my hands on a pair of the new North Face Flight Vectiv. Now, this is the shoe that really put North Face back on the map of the serious trail runner, and this is going to be a racer for some, a performance trainer for others, but simply put, this is a fast, nimble, and highly efficient trail running shoe. Now, that efficiency story comes from the embedded carbon fiber plate. We've seen carbon fiber plates over on the road racing scene, but we haven't really seen it trickle much over into the trail world. Now, I'm excited to get this shoe on my feet, test it out. As you can see, it's looking pretty clean, but we're gonna dirty it up a little bit on the trails. But before I give you my first thoughts, we're gonna talk with someone who's got a little bit more experience in this shoe than me. Our buyer, Erik, got a prototype of this shoe about a year ago. He's been testing it out. He gave some valuable feedback to North Face and allowed the shoe to get from its early prototype stages to where it is today. Now, I'm gonna go take a run and we will check back in a little later.
Hi, I'm Erik from Running Warehouse. I've been a buyer here for the last 10 years, a runner for 30 years, and primarily a trail ultra runner for the last 20 years. About a year ago, I was able to get a prototype from the North Face of the new Flight Vectiv shoe. Gave me a chance to really check out their technology and put some miles on the shoe before it came out for the rest of the public. I was pretty excited to get this shoe to see what North Face was going to bring to the trails. Over the last couple years, I've seen a lot of carbon plated shoes on the roads, and I was excited to see what was going to happen with a shoe like this on the trails. What I was excited about with this shoe is just the snug fit and the race performance feel of it. Once I got to the trails, I found the carbon fiber plate added a sense of stability, really helped with forward progress along the trails, and late in a run, when I felt fatigued, I felt like my form was held together and I was able to move just as efficiently as I did in the beginning of a run. I wouldn't say it has the same feel as a road shoe, but it definitely brought a sense of propulsion and springiness to the trails that I haven't seen before in a shoe. The North Face was trying to bring a high-performance, ultra-trail racing shoe to the market, and they achieved that. I think for a top-level athlete, they're going to be able to use this for 50K, 50 mile, maybe even 100 miles. For myself, I'll probably end up using it for a 50K max. I usually need a little bit more cushion to go longer than that. This is a pretty versatile shoe. I think it's going to do pretty well on flat fire roads, but it's also going to handle rocky, loose rock as well. The Flight Vectiv didn't feel that great, honestly, at slower paces, but once you started picking up the pace, it came alive. This is definitely going to be a race day or a fast workout shoe. Some of my initial feedback on this prototype was that it could use a little bit more of a generous fit. I found this to be a little bit on the narrow side, and it also needed a little bit more stability. I think they firmed up the foam just a little bit in the final production model. After testing this shoe out for a year and putting some pretty good miles in it, I'm pretty excited to see what the market's going to think of it. I think that North Face is back in the trail market with a vengeance with this new line of shoes, and the Flight Vectiv in particular is going to be a great high-end racing shoe and really perform for a lot of people.
All right, I just finished up my run. I'm up at the top of Avila Ridge, and Erik has been talking the shoe up for a while. You know, I've been wanting to get a carbon fiber plate shoe on my own feet, so it was nice to finally test it out, and I think it lived up to the expectations. I've been running in a lot of the road shoes, and while it's not quite the same, it offers a unique experience that feels very stable on the trail. Whether I was going uphill or going downhill, the shoe performed really well. And first thing I want to talk about is the cushioning. Got the new Vectiv midsole compound, and it offers a nice bit of responsiveness, a little bit of a bouncy feel. It's not super soft, it's not squishy like what you might see in some of these super foams, but it performs well on the trail. And again, it worked well with that carbon fiber plate to create a little bit of an aggressive design while also creating a very stable trail experience. From a cushioning standpoint, a lot of protection, plenty for me if I was to do maybe a trail marathon, maybe a little bit further. I'm not an ultra marathon guy, but if I was and looking for a fast shoe, this would be the shoe of choice. Now, moving on to the outsole, want to talk about the traction. It performed very well, whether I was going uphill, going downhill. It had the sticky bite that just felt good. I felt confident. I wasn't able to test it out in wet conditions because it's been pretty dry here, but overall its traction is exactly what I expected. It's a high performance trail shoe, built to run fast, built for race day, and I think it's gonna do a very good job whatever pace you're going. Finishing this shoe off, we've got to talk about the upper, and right when I got on my feet, I noticed there was actually a lot of room in the toe box, and maybe even a little bit more room from a toe length perspective than I'd personally like. So I ended up going down a half size, and I felt like that gave a much snugger, more race day locked in feel, really what you want in a fast shoe like the Flight Vectiv. Now, from a midfoot perspective, very snug, very locked in, and we've got those matrix panels, very durable, and I think this shoe, even though it is more of a race day shoe, it is gonna last quite a few miles out on the trail. Now, I've only just started getting miles in this shoe, so still lots of miles to go, but I agree with Eric. This is a great trail running shoe that's very unique, a lot different than a lot of even the other faster trail shoes on the market. And I think we're gonna start seeing even more carbon fiber plates entering the scene because of the unique properties it gets. It's aggressive, it's stable, it's fast, it's efficient. This really is a shoe that's great when you're looking to pick up the pace on the trails. Now, if you're looking to get this shoe on your feet, try it out for yourself. Try that unique trail experience. Whether you're a serious trail racer or just looking for something fast on the trail, the North Face Flight Vectiv is going to be the shoe for you. It's available now here at Running Warehouse.